Like many of you, I started off as a skinny guy, but I've gained a lot of weight in order to become as buff as possible. This video is a full overview on how I put on quality muscle mass as a skinny guy. The most important thing you can do is track your weight. It's the only way to know whether you're actually progressing towards your goal. I like to look at weekly averages as opposed to your daily weight because day to day it will fluctuate. I will measure my weight first thing in the morning after I use the washroom, record it in Google Sheets like this, and then take an average at the end of the week. If my average is going up week to week, that means I'm gaining weight. You should be aiming to gain anywhere from half a pound to 2 pounds per week. That's pretty realistic for most of you. If you do this every week for months, it will lead to an incredible transformation. Now you know how to track, but how do you know if you're actually eating enough? There's 2 ways to get into a surplus: counting calories and intuitive eating. If this is your first time trying to gain weight, I would recommend you count your calories. So go on one of those websites, find your maintenance, and add about 300 to 500 calories on top of that in order to gain weight. Eat at this target for the next few weeks and watch what happens to your average weight. Adjust your calories until you can find that sweet spot of weight gain that you're looking for. The other option you have for gaining weight is intuitive eating. This is the only method that I use nowadays. You want to eat at night until you are about 2 to 3 pounds heavier than your desired weight in the morning. So if I want to weigh 150 pounds for the week, every night I will eat until I'm about 152, 153. The next week, I'll eat until I'm about 153, 154, and so on. This is if I want to gain about 1 pound per week. I would recommend that you still track your protein just to make sure that it stays high. But this is a really good method that I've used to gain and lose over 30 pounds. If you're new to this, I would just start with counting calories. I know it sucks ass, but in the beginning, it's better to be a little bit more precise. Proper timing of your meals will allow you to eat more food and give your body more chances at muscle protein synthesis. So, the meal structure might look something like this. Eat breakfast within an hour of waking up, and each meal every 3 to 5 hours. If you're a skinny guy with a low appetite that's trying to gain weight, it wouldn't make sense to eat low-calorie foods. So, if you have to choose between like potatoes and pasta, obviously choose the pasta, because for the same amount of food, you get more calories. I suggest that you embrace junk food because it has a lot of calories and a lot of protein, and it tastes great, so it's awesome for skinny guys. This doesn't mean that you should throw your health away. Remember, we're gaining at a very modest rate. Increasing the amount of fat in your diet is another way to get in more calories because fat is the most calorically dense macronutrient. I'm not saying that you need to count your macros, but getting in more fat can be as simple as just putting more oil on your food when you cook or using more butter. This is the kind of stuff that you won't even taste in your food, but it will make a difference. There's a ton of other very small changes you can make to just slowly increase the amount of fat in your diet. Liquid calories can be another great tool. Stop drinking water with all your meals. Switch to something like orange juice or ideally milk so you can also get that protein. My personal favorite way is by making smoothies. You can easily make a 1,000-calorie smoothie at home with a lot of protein as well. I have a video about that. If you are going to achieve your goal of becoming jacked, you need to be consistent. This is the number one thing that will stop you. Anyone can eat big for a day or two, but it takes a true master to do it every single day to see that weekly weight increase. One of the benefits of tracking your weight is that it can provide a lot of motivation. Once you see that average weight start to increase, it can really keep you motivated to continue the momentum. So please be consistent. I didn't go from 135 to 200 by eating big for 1 week. It was from years of a consistent surplus. If you're feeling like you don't know where to start, that's okay. We want to introduce things slowly. So for the first month, just do 2 things. Track your weight every single day when you wake up. Next, find your maintenance and start eating in a surplus. Don't worry about your protein or your eating schedule or anything like that. The second month will be all about tracking your protein and spacing your protein throughout the day. There are some smaller things we talked about, but if you can just increase your average weight over time, you're in the money. Train hard, and eventually after a few months, you will notice a big difference. Now I'm gonna go rapid fire on some final tidbits. Number 1, finish your meals faster. This will allow you to eat more because after about 20 minutes, your body starts sending hormones which make you feel full. Number 2, if you aren't gaining weight, you just need to eat more. It's not your metabolism, it's not your hormones, just put more calories in your body. Number 3, embrace snacking. In between your meals, it's perfectly fine to eat some nuts, granola bars, protein, whatever. Just sneak in some extra calories. Number 4, train hard as fuck if you want to gain the most amount of muscle possible. I have a video titled Beginner's Guide to Getting Jacked, so watch that if you need to know more.